Hello and welcome to the Temple of Tomes with your host, Indie Comics Jones. Today is February 16th, 2021, and this is episode 205. Today we're taking a look at Engine Ward. This is a Vault comic, and this one in particular is issue number 7. It comes in a whopping $3.99. And let's take a quick look at the cover. On the cover, we're showing Capricorn, who's one of the Celestials in this story. If you recall, the Celestials are actually made up of the Zodiac. Earth is an ancient myth. Okay, let's get into it a little bit here. Talk about who worked on this. Okay, it's written by George Mann. The art is by Joe Eisma, and it's colored by Michael Garland. All right. Now, I can't really recommend this particular issue, and I'll go into that in a second. But what I want to tell you is the series I think is pretty much worth getting, but get it as a series. If you go run out and just buy this particular issue, probably won't help you too much. What we've got is our Celestials, and they are in a race against a group that's trying to plant an ancient seed into the planet and to revitalize it. It's called the Terran seed. And these Celestials are planning right now. We've got Virgo here and Sagittarius here. They're trying to link into this ancient robotic skin type thing that was around before they were. And right now they're kind of pillaging the Earth that they're on of all its resources. The regular inhabitants that live there are suffering greatly. They've had their waters cut off, and food supplies are very short as well. So what we've got here is Capricorn coming up on Virgo. She has just finished her talk with Sagittarius, and they all seem to be competing with each other or trying to get. It's a power play. Each one of them seems to be doing a power play. So Capricorn attempts to make a treaty with Virgo. She turns him down flat, so he says, well, I'm going to go talk to the others. In the meantime, our Engine Ward, who is Josh here, and Ichabod, along with, I can never remember her name, I don't know, and this robot that's kind of a sarcastic robot, are being chased by Gemini and that posse that's trying to capture them and take them back to the city because they're carrying an ancient relic with them, and the relic is telling them the location of the Terran stone. Okay, so they survive the blast that cuts off the cave and actually blocks the cave from the group that's following them. They've got, and why I'm not recommending this is it's pretty much all this weird narration going through that it's telling this backstory that doesn't make a lot of sense, and the story itself makes more sense. I mean, we get like two of these maps in here, and they're kind of interesting. You can see this is the city where they kind of started with. That's the ancient site, and it kind of goes through the whole, all the different things they've gone through to get to where they are now, which is they're approaching this particular area right now. And there it is. And it's all kind of, just all narration, and it's just this talking about some weird story that doesn't make a lot of sense, even though I've read every issue. And they figure out a way to get into it by using these orbs that are falling around. Ichabod seems to have figured it out. He was blessed by one of what they called the shades, I believe, and not only did he kind of cure him of the illness he had, at least for the time being, but seemed to indoctrinate him with some kind of special talents to work some of the ancient mechanics that are present still. So he uses his skills and it opens the doors to this thing, and we see him starting to cough again. So I'm assuming that maybe his illness is coming back. He's able to use this technology on this beast here, and the beast leads him down the path to another area where he talks to one of these old, I guess it's one of the inhabitants that's barely alive now, but he lets him into this hall here, and still this narration just kind of goes on and lingers on. And if you've read the whole story, it probably makes more sense, and it's just too hard for me to describe it to you now. So here's the second map I spoke of earlier. And she feels that the tyranny lies behind Josh, the ancient word, the tyranny lies beyond this ridge here. So in the meantime, back at the city, the two people that are trying to start a rebellion, but they're scared to because the gods or the celestials are so powerful, get some news brought to them that something's happened in the town square. They go and run, and they find Capricorn dead. So one of the gods is dead, so that means they're not immortal, that they can be killed. And here's our cover for the next issue. And I'm not sure who that's supposed to be, but I'm sure we'll find out. I'm going to stay with it. Like I said, this is not a recommend for this particular issue, but I do recommend the series because just reading this issue alone won't give you a lot of information or make you understand what's going on in the story at all. So this is Indie Comics Jones. Thank you for stopping by and listening to my review. As always, please like, please subscribe if you haven't, please leave comments, and we'll see you next time at the Temple of Tomes. As always, this is Indie bidding you adieu.